Oh, hit the button. Yep, video. Really another spectacular day. Holy crap. Just wasted an hour plus of my life. Yeah, maybe, probably yours, maybe. Possibly yours. Well, I guess if you're watching this video, you probably saw the YouTube video. Response video to Andy. Yeah, candy. Selling candy. Andy and his candy. So what it comes down to, that's really the whole subject, right? I mean, we're stuck with these labels of pessimist and optimist. Yeah, somebody who goes to, well, I guess you wouldn't go to Las Vegas, I mean, if they forced me to go to Las Vegas, I'd be a pretty disinterested player, because I would know. Yeah, I don't got Superman powers. I'm not gonna beat the machine, okay? I ain't gonna delude myself with a notion that I feel lucky. I'm gonna wear a little special pin that says Lucky Louie, even though my name's not Louie. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat the system? No. The system's gonna eat it up. And it's this whole idea that that's all that people are living on. Just living on optimism, just living on a diluted perception that it'll all work out until it doesn't, until you're the one, in the windows of the 95th floor of the World Trade Center with the marvelous choice between burning to death and smushing to death. Yeah, until then, it's all just academic. Yeah, so whatever. I mean, I don't know what to say to people, who are excessively risk unadverse, risk ignorant, risk unmindful, risk. Gotta find a word for it. They ignore the risk of risk. The double risk ignorers. But yeah, I mean, why would I? Especially if I've gotten lucky. I mean, especially, that's especially when you should be mindful of it, is when you're sitting on the lucky end. I mean, I guess I can make the argument if you're incredibly unlucky, you could assume that, well, your luck's going to change. But all the assumptions are stupid. All we have to do is look at the statistics, figuring out what is you're capable of happening, and if we drew a picture of it, maybe I'll do that. I do want to do the board game thing, but yeah, just spell it out and just keep rolling dice and seeing how it plays out. Do a pretend baby game. Here's your baby, here's its probabilistic fate. And even the people in the best circumstances, see what's the probabilistic fate of those people, and whether you'd live that silly, debaucherously insane life. I mean, all these stories are kind of crappy. Even the Hollywood stories, very few of them have even much happily, let alone happily ever after, right? That never happens, right? I mean, happily ever after is you get killed in an instant, in a plane explodes in midair. So you never even know it's going to crash. You never know you're going to die. You just explode and you're dead. Yeah, that's the only happily ever after on this planet. There's no other happily ever after. There's nasty, negative ending of panic, fear, terror, pain, suffering. And these people just keep tritely stepping over it. We'll ignore it, so we don't have to play it, because that's not the game I'm playing. I'm in Las Vegas, and I have my lucky pin on, so I'm undefeatable. You can't get to me with your reality. Yes, I'm immune. Yes, what a crock of crap. I mean, it's just disgusting. And people, they lap this crap up. So, he always pondered, I always did. I mean, how did cults ever form? I mean, now I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to psychoanalyze the cult of optimism. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I'm just doing it in a generic sense of how do people become motivated to be stupid? How did Ronald Reagan win? I still ponder that question. Um, you know, it was idiotic on its face. There was no hope of him doing any of the shit he claimed he was going to do. And everybody bought it, though. Good idea, yeah. The most powerful man in the world should have a wacky idea. The wackier the better. Why did that work? And why does stuff like, you look at the Krishnas, like, how the hell what's this guy's story? How the fuck did he end up doing this nonsense? And the Scientology crap, you're like, okay, I get the, will to power part of it, like, think you're a doctor, be the doctor kind of thing. Think you're Superman and you are Superman. Okay, some of that's good. Why not? A little confidence isn't a bad thing. But, it's got tied to it all the whole Dianetics, loopy-toopy, whatever, volcano alien stories. That doesn't work. And people fall into it. That Koresh guy down in Texas, I mean, what the fuck? How the fuck did he woo the women? What a wacky story. I am the son of God. Funny. I thought he'd be taller. I mean, what the fuck, people? But this is just more of the same shit. People want a happy story. They don't want the truth. They don't want integrity. They watch movies, right? I've been watching some movies just because that's what I've been doing. Oh, he's not Super Squirrel. He was my friend, though. Well, more so when he was dead. Yeah, mostly. Oh, God, I feel sick. Anyway, so what was I? Yeah, so you watch these movies, and, there's all these hero characters, and, they got this integrity thing, and they're honorable and decent, and, and there's nothing honorable and decent about these, philosophies of acquiescence and Borgish devotion to, natural systems. It was here first. Oh, we better do what it says. I mean, where's your heroes? Where's the stoicism and being a lackey, for an old Borg, an old monarchy? Is that what the Stoic Knight does? He just signs a contract with the king to be an enforcer, to be a minion in the fight for mediocrity. Yes, let's have another bucket full of mediocrity. I'll even produce it. I'll make you a new bucket of mediocrity to spill into reality. I mean, shit. It's not to demand more, not to have higher expectations. Again, I mean, I never had a huge compulsion to replicate. But if I was going to, I wouldn't make a child with the idea that he'd be one of you suck asses. One of these typical little Borgites that just walks the path, does what the DNA tells him, is manipulated and controlled by this most superficial and childish ambitions, silly notions of personal accomplishment. I'd make myself a fucking Spock. Probably wouldn't turn out that way because unfortunately humans aren't Vulcan. They haven't Khmer-rouged the emotion out of their physical body. So all I'd probably create is a dead squirrel. But it doesn't matter. My point is I certainly wouldn't create with the purpose of leaving the world as it is, playing the game in this mediocrity forever. And I also feel an obligation, if I'm going to inject this thing into this slop, of cleaning up the slop. I'd do my part. I'd fulfill my obligation, my first obligation, which is to give that thing reason to hope, not reason to have no hope. And all these breeders, they did nothing. They changed nothing. They fixed nothing. They sacrificed nothing. They just did as the Borg demands. Oh, I guess the purpose of this was to switch hands. The sun is at the wrong angle. So, sprinkler. Yeah, I'm carrying it upside down, which, okay, the washer's stuck in there. It's not gonna fall out. Anyway, so where was I again? Yeah, I'd certainly feel a hell of a responsibility. Again, I mean, every thoughts I ever had about having a kid, the first thoughts always ran through my head would be the responsibility. How would I make these decisions? Because I know how these little decisions changed my life. Little tiny, moments, gestures, saying the right thing at the right time, saying the wrong thing at the wrong time by my parents, and how those things affected me, how they changed who I was, how they made it easier, how they made it so much harder to get through life. And how could you not be aware of that? I was thinking about that when I was 11 fucking years old. I was already going through my head, if I have a kid, how old will he have to be before I let him cut the grass? How old does he have to be, to take, for me to leave, for me to take the leash off and say, go run free. Learn for yourself what the world is. And how could I feel at all comfortable in understanding and knowing, even realizing then, that some of these things I don't learn. I had already become addicted to cigarettes. That was a lesson. I heard a bunch of people say, don't smoke. I saw them breathing through holes, smoking through holes in their throat. And yet I said, no, I'm strong. Cigarettes can't own me. That's just silly. I've drunk alcohol and it didn't own me. Cigarettes won't own me. But they did. And so I had to learn a lesson for myself. And that just plain sucks. But some of those lessons will have to be learned that way. And I don't think I'd have any peace of mind whatsoever realizing that my kid's going to walk that tightrope, and real disaster is going to be sitting out there. I can think of so many moments in my life where I missed absolute disaster by millimeters, just millimeters, and I would be foobar. I would not take that knowledge, and it shouldn't make me hellaciously apprehensive about injecting someone else to do this, to play this dangerous game, to risk the harm you can do even with good intentions. Even with good intentions, you can hurt somebody. I was fairly cautious in love, but you can hurt people. They can love you and you're not going to love them back. Real pain, real hard pain can be caused without even having any bad intentions. Would I want my kid to be good looking, be a heartbreaker? Yeah, good for them. Bad for anything that walks within 10 feet of them, right? Bad for anything that gets a little bit attached, because they're going to be stuck with a bag of shit, a bag of want with no resolution. Would I feel good about that? Should I have felt good about that? Again, what do you people think you're getting this thing into? What do you think you're accomplishing? Why this confidence that life is so fucking spectacular? You don't have to look very hard at the reality. You don't have to look very hard at the average human life to say this is no fucking picnic. This is hard fucking work. And for you people to sit there and just, without cause, without any rational perspective, just with some selfish notion in your head of, I need it for some reason, biology's calling. That's not a good enough reason. Not even close to good enough. And we're just talking about average lives. We're talking about average miseries, common ones. What about the uncommon? What about the 1 in a million disaster where you go to Las Vegas and you get drunk and you lose your goddamn house? Huh? What about that? Does that make it all worth it? Is all the glitter and shiny lights and pretty colors, is it worth the ruined families, the orphaned children, the blown out brains? Maybe to you. Yeah, that's all I can say, right? Sorry, I don't get it. I don't see any kind of equitable value exchange. I see a harsh, brutal ripoff, manufactured by Borgites or some sort of queen Mother Nature, who's really just a maniacal DNA machine. That's all she is robot, a DNA robot. So you're in the service of the robot, or you're in service of Jehovah, or Mohammed, or whatever, David, or Ichabod, whatever his name is. I am that I am. Fuck you. Fuck all this crap. Damn, you people are stupid. Thoughtless. That's what you are. You have insufficient thoughting. Not a sufficient thought processing. You don't understand the game you're playing. You don't understand the value that's being exchanged. You're just incredibly foolish and ignorant. And unfortunately, I'm not good enough to do anything about it. Apparently. So far, I have been insufficient to the task. Lament. Looks like a sunny spot. Yeah, sorry. Continuing. Oh, in the sun. Yeah, threw it in the sun. That was clever. I had no chance of catching that, but I did it anyway. Do it one more time. Oh, still got it after all these years. Anyway, oh man, it is really nice. Look at this. Isn't that, look at, slow down, Gary. Look at that. Don't get nicer than that. You know, I'm afraid not. Perfect walking path, right? I mean, that's just perfect. Sun is just right. Just, you know, lovely day. Although I'm deaf. Shouldn't have water in my ears, but tubes clogged and such. Yeah, it's really weird. I can't quite hear myself talking, which is sort of annoying. You know, it's just noise and such. Yeah, that's, I mean, isn't that terrible? You probably can't hear it as much because I got the camera in the right position, but it's just obnoxiously loud. Yeah, kind of ruins the whole effect. Alright, subject. Wow. Look at that. I mean, really. Alright, yeah, well, it's probably just going to be, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, where was I? Life. Oh, yeah. Well, it has its moments. No doubt about it, right? I'm having a moment. It's an adequate moment, except for the deaf part. Although I am hungry. Yeah, I don't have any food, so that's not going to work out too well. Hungry for food I don't have, let me put it that way. I have food, but it's kind of redundant and samey. Anyway, gee, I'm really, yeah, I just should just forget this video. This add-on is useless. Okay, the whole video might be. Yeah, there's nothing else to say, really. I think it's time to move on. I mean, time to just start writing or something. I gotta quit talking and writing instead. Hard to make the transition. There's no real arguments here. You're a pessimist, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm a pessimist because, you know, I'm a bit of a bargain hunter. I don't like getting ripped off. Oh. And, yeah, I mean, I don't know why people can't understand it. In the sense that I just don't believe you. If you tell me you don't mind looking at people in horrible circumstances and imagining yourself waking up in those circumstances. Like you go to sleep at night. What if you went to sleep at night and you woke up somewhere else? You know, like in Africa, or Indonesia, or Bangladesh, or Afghanistan. And that was your life. You were one of them, trapped inside, like a inside whatever that, being John Malkovich, where you had to experience the life. I mean, you're seeing it, you're experiencing it, you're feeling it, but you have no control over it. You just watch it be an asshole. And you're just trapped inside of it, having to experience what it's experiencing. Would you really want that bargain? I mean, if you can't be, if you're not John Malkovich, you're just Joe Blow, you know, Fred Smuck, Jim Jerkoff, that's okay with you? I haven't even gotten to the ladies yet. Yeah, Iguana Big Fat Assa. Oh dear, who the hell wants that? No, thank you very much. Yeah, that's probably a good. So there's another metaphor. You know, take the John Malkovich, being John Malkovich movie concept, and imagine yourself having to ride the life of all these things called people. They're mundane, chewy, gristly, yuck life. And then imagine being in the real bad ones. You know, ones sitting in the waiting room at the, you know, whatever, chemotherapy fun park. Yeah, imagine that fun. Oh, God. Eek. Yeah, so I just don't get it. I just don't get all this huge enthusiasm. We have to promote life. We can't let these naysayers about the wonderful, fun game of life. We can't let them get any foothold. We can't let them get away with making this outrageous argument that life isn't just fun for everyone. It just is amazing how defensive they are. They really are. It really is. Yuck. Really is amazing that they really are just like sports fans, sports fanatics. The same kind of, you know, way out of proportion defense. Sorry. Of absolute bullshit. They're just like, there's no proportion here. Why are they not fanatically in defense of a human race that is obviously, I mean, just grotesquely not spectacular? I mean, the averages are not great. Average isn't a good score on planet Earth. There's another good, I mean, that's a damn good quote. Average is not a good score on planet Earth. Damn, that's a good quote. I mean, if Einstein said that, everybody would be saying it. For sure. Yeah. You know. Shit. I guess once I'm dead, you know, that'll be like written on cereal boxes. Remember what Gary said? Average is not good enough. On planet Earth? No, that's not what I said. That's not the quote. Average is not a good score on planet Earth. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't sound as good now. Still be good enough for a cereal box though, damn it. Alright. Wow, this video is a little bit distracted. These damn ears. My brain isn't right at all. So it really hasn't been too bad lately. I don't know why today's swim was worse than usual. Sorry. There, that's a little better. I gotta clear the tubes. Anyway, yeah, no, we don't need to keep jammering on. But I wouldn't have done all that great quoting if I hadn't done it. So I guess some of this is valuable. I don't know what is it with these shoes. Tie shoe. I gotta get me some of them new fancy Velcro ones. Keep buying. Yeah, well, I buy somebody else's garbage, and so yeah, it's often garbage. But they're good shoes. Got me through the summer. A lot of miles walked. Yeah. Alright, so let's see if we have anything else to say. Just really nice afternoon. All the cicadas are gone. Or maybe I just can't hear them. Come on, ears. Yeah, it's both of them this time. That's probably the part that's got me bugged. I can't hear out of either one. Yeah, that's a little better. Alright. That still ain't right. Not your problem. Damn, I wish I had time to go golfing. Today's a good golfing day. Well, you know, golf ball hitting. Yeah, maybe I can work it out. I have to take a nap. I'm tired. Put in my whole half day work and wore me down. Yeah, well, it's not on the subject. So life is like a rock. It's hard, it's stupid. Yeah, life is creepy. It runs around in the woods, creeping people out. Life is probably got bugs somewhere around it. They seem to be everywhere. Yeah, what it isn't is a free lunch. What it isn't is a gift. What it isn't is a benign, undangerous, always helpful, ouch, helps old ladies across the street kind of thing. That's not life. Life is fucking pricker bushes and noisy shit and smelly shit and creepy shit, and I'm tired of this shit, and yeah, I just don't want to keep coming back here, keep doing this shit, and I've had it good. I just don't get you people. Why do you want to keep coming back to try again and fail again? I guess that's it. You people are all such failures that you have to think, well, if I try again, maybe I'll get it right. And I just don't feel that way. Yeah, I sucked all you can suck out of it, I think, and it's sucky. You know, there's nothing at the bottom any better than what was at the top. It's all just the same old, same old. I don't see any point in risking the worst of it, because I know the best of it is, 15 minutes of fame. That ain't good enough. Not by a long shot. So anyway, just saying, I wish people would do videos explaining why life is so cool, why they think it's so worthy of defense as a concept, as a thing you do. Why? Why is it so great? You know, because nature says so. Mother Nature says so. She whispered it in your ear. And where do you get this idea? Like I said, I mean, even religious people make more sense because at least they have God telling them, you'll do it or else. You know, it's kind of an order. It is kind of funny that God has to tell his people to be fruitful and multiply. They couldn't figure that one out on their own. You know, if it was a good deal, they wouldn't have to be told to do it. Fuck. But whatever. Yeah, be fruitful, and then he puts a bunch of bugs in the world to eat all his fruit. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, now that's enough. Yep, it's probably way more than enough. But I always like to throw extra in the box. Kind of guy I am. Yeah, I don't want to shortchange you. Oh, I gotta cut these critters. It always smells like cat shit right here. Cat must be. Yeah, pew. Wow, I mean, it's really strong. I don't know. Doesn't look like the kind of place a cat would shit, but. Phew. Alright, anyway, on to off to my other half of my day here. Well, the other quarter of it anyway, or whatever's left of it. Oh, yes, cat lying in the shade. Meow. You the one pooping over there, or what? Oh, that's not a good sound. No, that's not a good sound. No. Yeesh. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, it is lovely out here, son. Yes, it is a lovely day. Yes, it is. Flowers. I think there's any good. All these crappy pink. I hate pink. Sick of pink. I want some real colors. Got a good yellow. See, I hate pink so much that I like the yellow. At least I got a yellow one. So, anyway. That's all there is. Ooh, these are kind of nice. But they're kind of an orangey pink. Yeah, anyway, enough of that. So, until the next time.